Zoho is a powerful suite of business tools and apps, one of which is Zoho Inventory Management, a dynamic and integrated end-to-end stock management software ideal for small businesses. So today, my focus is to help you get started and familiar with using Zoho Inventory to streamline and systemize your inventory management activities. Alright, so with that quick intro out the way, let's go ahead and launch into Zoho Inventory. Now, to get started with Zoho Inventory for free, simply head over to your browser and type in zoho.com/inventory, or feel free to click on the link in the description below this video, and that's going to take you here. Then simply navigate over to sign up, it's free. Then simply take your time to sign up to Zoho Inventory. Now, after adding your details and signing up, make sure that you confirm your account by verifying your email. And once you've verified your email and confirmed your account, jump back inside Zoho Inventory. Now, before we start managing our inventory, we first need to configure our account. And for the purpose of today's tutorial, I created a fresh account for this example business, Flyflow Sound. And this is a retail business that sells sound-based products online and offline. Okay, now the first thing that we want to do before we start managing our inventory is to navigate over to Configure Settings. Here we want to take the time to configure our account. Let's navigate over to Profile under Organization. I'm going to upload my business logo, and this is the organization logo that I want to use. Then ensure all your business details are correct. Once you've done that, navigate over to Branding. Here we want to choose our account branding, choose your accent color down here, and these preferences will be applied across all your Zoho Finance apps, including customers and vendor portals. Then let's navigate over to Locations. Here we can enable and create locations for each branch and warehouse in your organization. This is important if your stock is managed across multiple locations. You can see an example down here. Your organization here, stock location A, or warehouse A, warehouse B, and then your other connected stock locations. Next, you want to set up your currencies, then manage your tax and compliance. Click on Taxes, add your taxes here, then navigate down to Users and Roles. And here you want to add other users that can access Zoho Inventory and help you manage your organization's stock. We also have Preferences, navigate up to General. Here we can choose the modules that we want to enable. I'm going to enable stock counting, and you'll find that most default configurations are set up correctly. I'm happy with this. Attach an invoice PDF to email notifications which contain invoice payment links. Navigate down, do you give discounts? We don't. Select any additional charges you'd like to add. Do you sell your items at rates inclusive of tax? I'm happy with tax exclusive. And then down here, take the time to navigate through each of these settings. Then once you've made any changes, come down and click on Save. Then navigate through Customers and Vendors, Customer Portal, and Vendor Portal. Take the time to configure the specific settings for each of these. If we click on Sales, here you can configure sales orders, packages, shipments, invoices, and more. And you can do the same with purchases, items, and online payments if you want to set up online payments. You can also set up and configure reminders and notifications, automations, and more. Now, it can take some time going through all these settings. However, most of these settings are self-explanatory. What you want to do is take the time to navigate through each of these to configure your account based on the way that you manage your inventory. Each organization is going to be different. If you want to dive deeper into inventory configuration and settings, I will add the appropriate resources down below in the description. Okay, let's navigate back to our inventory dashboard. And this is where you can preview everything that's happening within your account. Let's navigate up to this plus icon, and here we can quickly create anything that we like. For example, let's go ahead and add our first customer. Quickly add your customer's details here. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Hey guys, just quickly, did you know that over 90% of you that enjoy our free educational content have not yet subscribed? It would mean a lot to me if you drop a comment or hit subscribe if you love what I'm creating. This helps us grow the channel and motivates me to create bigger and more impactful tutorials for you to consume for free. Okay, so with that happy note, thank you in advance, and let's get back to the video. And as you can see, I've quickly added a new business customer. This business customer each year buys bulk audio equipment for their school, for their students. As you can see, the school name is here, the business name, and then I've added the other appropriate details down here. Take your time to navigate through each of these tabs. Add all the appropriate details for each of your customers, and then click on Save. As you can see, the contact has been added. Now we can also navigate over to Sales on the left hand side and come down to Customers, and here we can manage all our customers. We can also click this plus icon to add another new customer. Let's navigate up to Quick Add, and this time let's add a vendor. Again, take the time to add your vendors, and just like that, I've added a new vendor, a new supplier. The process of adding a new customer and vendor is the same across Zoho Inventory. Also, if you want to change or configure these input details, you can do that inside of settings like I showed you earlier. For now, let's navigate down and add this vendor. Now let's navigate over to purchases and click on vendors. Again, similar to customers, this is where we can manage all our vendors. And again, to quickly add a new vendor manually, simply navigate over to this plus icon or navigate up to quick actions up here, quick create and add a new vendor or click add new. Now you can also click on these three dots and import or export vendors. If you have a list of vendors, you can go ahead and quickly import those vendors here rather than manually inputting that data. And the same is said for your customers. If we navigate down to preferences, that's going to take you back inside settings and under customers and vendors like I mentioned earlier. Here we have your general settings and you can customize your fields over here. Simply add new custom fields on the right hand side. Okay, let's navigate back over to our dashboard. Next, let's navigate over to quick create again. And under general, let's go ahead and add a new item. Is this a product or a service? Add the product name. For example, these are headphones that we sell and typically in bulk to business customers. Add the SKU, the unique stock keeping unit, then the unit, and add product images if you like. I'm going to add these images here. Then take your time to add additional product details. I'm going to quickly go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've quickly filled out these details. Again, you can see we have the new item, KLO, headphones standard. Then we have packaging information. If we navigate over to manufacturing and click here, we can add a manufacturer of this product. Click on Manage to add and manage your manufacturers. We can also navigate over to Brand and add a brand associated to this product. Again, click on Manage Brands to manage and add all your brands associated with your products. Then we have sales information as well as purchase information. This is the price that we sell the product to our customers, and this is our cost price from our vendor, which is the vendor we added earlier. Now to add a tax, you need to configure your taxes in settings. I'm going to leave this for now because every business and country has different taxes. However, make sure that you add your correct tax rates inside of settings. Down here, we can then choose to track the inventory for this item. Select the inventory account, as well as the inventory valuation method. As you can see, I've selected first in, first out, and opening stock rate per unit. Again, you can customize these fields inside of settings. Once you've added your product, come down and click on save. And as you can see, we've added our first inventory item. We can edit this item if we like, adjust the stock. If we click on more, we have these other options. We can also add to group. If we navigate over to new, that allows us to add a new singular item. However, let's navigate over to item groups and click on add. Leave and discard changes. And this is where we can add item groups. For example, this could be a product with multiple attributes and options. For example, earphones TSL waterproof. I'm going to add some product images. I'm going to add these images. We can add a quick description. This is just a quick example. These are waterproof earphones that come in different colors. Come down to unit, box. Again, here we can select the tax, manufacturer and brand, as well as the inventory valuation method. However, for this example, we want to focus on multiple items, on creating attributes, because remember, this is an item group. A quick example is color, and then add the color options, red, green, black. Then we can add another attribute if we like. Case style, for example, this is the second attribute. We have color and case style, and square and circle as the two different options. And then down here, we have all the different product options based on our two attributes and options we added up here. What you would do is take the time to add all these details, SKU, stock keeping unit, cost price, selling price, universal product code, and these other options if relevant. So take the time to do that. Then once you've added your item group, come down and click on save. And just like that, we now have one item group as well as one item, which you can see down here. Now let's navigate over to quick create and create our first invoice. Let's say that we have a new order. This customer over here, LTR School Tauranga, wants to bulk purchase some audio equipment, in particular headphones, for their students. As you can see, this is our first invoice. We can customize this if we like and change the invoice number, add the order number, invoice date, the terms over here as well as due date. Here we can select the salesperson. Again, if you want to select a salesperson, you do need to add a salesperson. Simply click on manage and you can add and manage your salespeople. Add the subject for this invoice, bulk purchase of headphones and earphones for students. Then navigate down to item table and select an item. I'm going to select this item here and then change the quantity to 50. Let's select another item, which is headphones here. And again, the quantity that the school wants is 100. We can add a description here and here. I'm just going to copy this and change this to earphones. We can add additional items if we like, as well as add the sales tax, the shipping charges adjustment, and customer notes. Add your terms of conditions, and then navigate down here. If you want to receive payments online, simply click on Set up Payment Methods, and you can integrate a payment method into your invoice. Meaning that if we navigate down to Save and Send, this invoice will be sent to the customer, totaling 4,627 New Zealand dollars, and that customer can make the payment from the invoice using a payment method. So if you like, take the time to set this up. Then navigate down to Save and Send. You can also save and print or save and send later. This is just an example, so I'm going to click Save. Also, if you want to add additional fields to your invoice, simply head over to Settings, Sales, Invoices, and then add additional fields. Okay, let's click Save. And as you can see, under Invoices, we now have one invoice. We have a few different options for this invoice. We can edit, send, share, download as a PDF, print, or record payment. Now we also have a few different options up here, which we'll quickly navigate through. Again, we have customers. Here you can manage your customers. Under sales order, we can create a new sales order. If we navigate over to packages, here you can manage your package processes. Under shipments, we can manage our shipments, invoices, sales receipts, payments received, sales returns, and credit notes. Then if we navigate down to purchases, we have our vendors. Remember we added this vendor earlier. Our expenses, purchase orders that we can add and manage, purchases received, bills, payments made, and vendor credits. Again, if you want to dive deeper into each of these different options on the left-hand side, what I'll do is add the appropriate links and tutorials down below in the description for you to check out. Next, let's come down to integrations. Zoho Inventory integrates with all these different popular shipping methods, allowing for seamless shipping. Then if we navigate down, we have a shopping cart. Do you have an online store, an online shopping cart? You can integrate these different sales channels, these different websites. Again, navigate down to e-commerce. If you sell your products across these different marketplaces, you can integrate these sales channels. And then depending on the accounting tools that you use, you can seamlessly integrate Zoho Books or Xero. And there are many other integrations that you can connect to Zoho Inventory. Now it's important to note that Zoho is an all-in-one business suite, and therefore Zoho Inventory is a powerful tool, especially if you run your business with different Zoho products. For example, maybe you run your business, your sales processes, you manage your customers through Zoho CRM. Then you can seamlessly connect this CRM with Zoho Inventory, allowing for a seamless data flow between both tools. And you can do the same with these other products down here. Okay, let's navigate back over to Zoho Inventory. If we navigate over to this icon here, Recent Activities, here you can see all your recent activities. If we navigate over to the right-hand side, we can click on our business, and here you can manage your different organizations. If we click on this plus icon, again, we can quickly create any of these different options. Next to this, we have notifications. Here we can see all notifications. If we click here, we can see notifications in regards to unread notifications, signals, workflow rules, mentions, and other notifications. Next to that, we have settings, and then our profile. Next to this, we have apps, which will take you to all Zoho apps. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Zoho products, for example, the Zoho CRM, Zoho Campaigns, as well as Zoho Projects and more, I'll add relevant Zoho tutorials down below to help you learn more about the different Zoho apps that you can use inside your business. Okay, let's close out of this. On the left-hand side, we've briefly talked about inventory. This is simply where you can manage your inventory. Sales is where you can manage all your sales, all activities related to sales, so income coming in. Purchases is cash flow going out. These are purchase orders, expenses, and bills. We also talked about integrations. Below integrations, we have reports. Here you can create custom reports based on the data that you want to see. You can also use these different default reports. Again, let's navigate over to the left. Below reports, we have documents. Here you can pull in documents. You can automatically capture data from your receipts and convert them into transactions in Zoho Inventory. Then if we navigate over to all documents, this is where you can manage all your media, files, images, documents, everything that you've uploaded inside of Zoho Inventory. You can also manage all your content, your media with folders. Okay, let's navigate back over to inventory and to our home dashboard. Now it's important to know that you can use Zoho Inventory for free. They have a completely free but limited plan, and when you get started with Zoho, you'll be taken inside their premium plan, which you have access to for 14 days. Then after or before those 14 days are up, you can choose to upgrade or downgrade depending on your inventory requirements. And there we have it, guys. That is it for this Zoho Inventory tutorial. Now, if you have any questions, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And that way, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.